Hi everyone, and welcome back to the weekly mash. I hope everyone had a really great holiday season. I know we sure did, and hope everyone had some good beer and that you had some time to make some nice brews. And by all means, please send us some photos and videos if you have it. So what are we doing in our first week back?
Awesome, yeah, so our first week back, we went to Deep Creek Brewing in Browns Bay. They actually have a brewery in Silverdale, Orewa as well, and one in Waiheke, but we visited Browns Bay.
Yeah.
We spoke to Hamish, he's the head brewer of Deep Creek, and he just shared some of his knowledge and wisdom around brewing and how he started off, and yeah, it was really interesting.
Okay, no, great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Did you have some food there as well? Anyway?
Well, not this time, but I have had, and it's beautiful food.
Oh yeah, it's great, their beers and food.
Yes.
When you have it together, so yeah. Oh well, let's see what he has to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi guys, so here today we're with Hamish the Head Brewer of Deep Creek Brewing, and he's going to share some tips and tricks of the trade with us. So Hamish, how long have you been brewing?
So I've been with Deep Creek for 2 years now, nearly 2 years. I started around this time 2 years ago.
Oh, that's awesome. How did you get into brewing?
So I started homebrewing,
probably
been homebrewing for about nearly 13 years. So
13 years.
It's been a kind of journey to becoming a professional brewer. Started out in homebrewing.
And so was it just like a hobby? Did it start off as a hobby in the garage?
Yeah, that's exactly how it started. I come from a science background and quite interested in how things are made and reverse engineering things, and I thought, well, beer's the perfect one to start with. Yeah. Came across this website called How to Brew.
Okay.
And that kind of just sparked everything, and discovered there was more to beer than what the big breweries were producing, and yes, it's actually quite easy to make very good craft beer in your garage.
Oh, that's excellent.
And started down the journey and acquired equipment, and now I'm here.
Oh, that's excellent. And so you've opened another brewery in Silverdale recently?
Yeah, that's right. So Deep Creek's expanded to 3 bars now. So we've got the bar in Orewa, the bar in Waiheke, as well as Browns Bay here. And to meet that demand, we had to expand, and so we've got a 2,000 litre brewery in Silverdale.
Wow, 2,000 litres. So do you do all the brewing on site there, or?
So Silverdale, we pretty much make everything. Occasionally we'll use the 1,000 litre kit down here for bartenders, brewers, just kind of one-off special beers.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So what will be quite interesting for our home brewers as well is when you started out doing home brewing, what was the major stumbling blocks?
Well, coming from a science background, it gives you quite a good preparation with knowing things about sanitation and how fermentations work, and managing ferments was probably the main thing to learn about. And just controlling temperatures, things like that. Just the basics of the building blocks for getting everything right, and then it's hard to learn if you're turning out bad beer due to just getting the basics wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And would you say it will be quite easy to enter, or like taking your hobby into maybe sort of and making money out of it?
Well, making money is always a challenge, but scaling up from a hobby to it's very easy to contract brew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do a bit of contract brewing up in Silverdale.
Okay.
But it's never been easier to get your beer made, and with the appetite for craft beer these days, it's probably never been easier to start up a beer brand and realise your hobby.
Exactly. Why do you think there is such a big demand for craft beers these days?
I think it's just a natural progression from wine. People have been looking for more flavour. Food, there's a whole food revolution with people being more interested in the flavours of food, and beer is just a natural progression from that. People are looking for interesting experiences in what they taste in all aspects of their life.
And more flavour, definitely.
Yeah.
So Hamish, can you talk to us a little bit more about your beer range and what you guys produce and most popular and...
Sure. So Deep Creek, we have about 7 in our standard range. We've got Undercurrent, which is our Pilsner, which is probably our biggest seller, especially at this time of year. We have 2 pale ales, Lotus 309. Lotus is probably a lighter pale ale, a bit lower alcohol, but quite hoppy. And 309's a bit more malt driven, so a good sessionable beer. And we have Pontoon and Monsoon, which is our IPA, which is, IPAs always go really well. Then there's Dusty Gringo, American Brown Ale, which is a really hoppy, kind of coffee, chocolate, roasty notes in it as well.
Beautiful.
And Dominatrix is our double IPA, which is a big, bold,
Lady.
lots of American hops, dominates the palate.
Nice.
And then Leprechaun's Bell is our Irish Red Ale.
Oh, nice. I've heard that's really popular. I've actually had that one.
Yeah, it goes quite well.
Yeah.
It's probably more of a winter drink, but it's still quite refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your favourite one?
Dominatrix.
Yeah. What's the alcohol percentage?
7.3%.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so she definitely dominates.
yeah, that's right. It's pretty good flavour.
What hops are you using in that one?
So it's pretty much a mix of American and New Zealand hops. We've got Citra, Centennial, Amarillo, and then New Zealand Cascades, Wachireka, a little bit of New Zealand Styrians, and some Nelson Selvin. Yeah, it's got a lot of hops.
Oh, awesome. And can you talk to us a little bit more on how Deep Creek actually started?
So it was set up by 2 guys, Paul and Jared, who I think they were on an OE together, went to school together, went on OE, and then came back, working, they're both engineers, working in engineering, and wanted to get out of their project management, day-to-day jobs, and then, they'd also come from a homebrewing background, which is kind of how I knew them, and then started up Deep Creek, I think 3.5 years ago now. So it's gone from strength to strength. Got 3 bars now, and who knows what the future's going to bring.
It's awesome because I've been here some nights and it's just pumping.
Yeah,
so busy.
Yeah, I think bars in the suburbs are becoming more popular with big driving rules, and people don't want to go all the way to the city and then have to worry about how to get home. Yeah, we've got quite a good expat community around here, South Africans and English, who are used to going to bars and
pubs.
So it's fit in really well in the neighbourhood.
Perfect, and the food is amazing here as well.
Yeah, our chef's really good. He's great, and the food is really good. It's part of the success.
Food matchings with beer?
Yeah, occasionally we do a degustation evenings. Or just everything on the menu usually has a match with it. So it's something that we pay attention to.
Excellent. So Hamish, how would you recommend homebrewers transitioning from the homebrew into more commercial beer brewing?
Yeah, it's something that's obviously most people start out homebrewing with that in mind. Once you've got what you think is a pretty good recipe and having success in the homebrew competitions and things like that is quite a good indicator that you're on the right track.
So starting off? Yeah.
Start off with, I think you want to get some, or at least good feedback on your beer. And then with contract brewing being reasonably easy, it's quite easy to actually get the beer made. Probably the main things you need to think about are how you're going to sell it. That's probably the best way to start, is to look at your endpoint and work backwards.
So because you need a license as well, right? Or can you...
you need a license to produce it.
Okay.
It'll need to be a customs control area. But anyone, or if you're contract brewing, that's all taken care of.
Oh, awesome. So you can basically just contact a brewery and go brew there and You don't have to worry about the licensing.
We have to sell to licensed premises because
Okay.
we can't sell to the
Yeah.
public.
Yeah. That sounds. What is the main sort of stumble block, would you say? Where do people run into
Probably
trouble?
the biggest problem is getting your beer made and then having a 2,000 litre beer problem with no market to shift it into.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's almost starting with where you're going to sell it is definitely the main thing to think about.
What is your sort of top tricks of the trade?
Yeah, commercial brewing is not a lot different to home brewing in that you've got to have the basics right. So cleanliness, sanitation, obviously critical.
Yeah.
Then just during the brew, managing your processes as well as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably the critical point is the fermentation, where things mostly go wrong. And so you've got to just pitch the right amount of yeast, aerate as well as you can, and manage your fermentation temperatures.
Okay.
And then make sure you complete your fermentation as well. That's the majority of the mistakes people make.
Okay.
Turning out bad beer.
Okay. And do you have a signature beer that you make?
Signature beer, Dominatrix is one that I came up with.
Amazing.
I also have my own contract brand
Okay.
that I make. It's Isthmus Brewing.
Sorry?
So, Isthmus Brewing.
Isthmus Brewing,
Yeah,
okay.
Isthmus is in Auckland Isthmus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so they've got a pale ale, which
Yeah.
is really poppy New Zealand pale ale,
Yeah.
and a 3D IPA, which is
So we just wanted to also say thank you to Hamish for sharing his time with us. We learned heaps and the beers were amazing.
What was your favourite?
My favourite would have been the Dominatrix.
Yeah, it's nice to be dominated.
Yes, I always
Yeah.
dominate. So.
Oh, okay, nice. No, I do like their beers and I like the names they give it. It's all very creative and that's what this whole craft beer thing's about. So
Exactly.
they're doing it right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And please make sure to go visit them in Browns Bay. You won't be sorry.
Cool. So until next time. Oh, and before we forget, happy brewing, guys.